In this video we'll be seeing how we can add our own head animations. As you can see in here we have this animation loaded up where the character is kind of frustrated, angry, and basically I would like him to shout. Right now it is just making the animation with the body, but the head is actually the same in here. So we're going to see how we can improve that by adding our own animation to the head studio. So let's go to the head studio. Immediately in the head studio you will see the head rig in here, and I'm just simply going to click this button here so that I can see a plain background. What you can do in here is you can move the head rig if you would like, so that you can see everything properly. So simply select the outline of that head rig and move it wherever you like. And then you also have the mouth poses. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit in here, and let's see. Let's go back in here, and this is the end part of the animation, so I'm going to go to the head studio in here and that right over there. And the first thing that we're going to see is how we can rotate the head. All you need to do is you need to pick the camera orbit tool. In this case, in After Effects 2021, it is this button in here, so make sure that you select orbit around camera, and we can rotate the head like that. So as you can see, we can rotate it just like that, and if you go back, that updates in there just like that. Perfect. And you can keyframe any of these things that we are modifying in here. So I actually am thinking of letting him kind of get frustrated like that, and when he goes up like this kind of jump in here, I would like him to face us while he kind of shouts. So to do that, I'm going to go to this point in here. I'm going to go to the camera, hit P on my keyboard so that I keyframe that. So keyframe the position of the camera in here. And now let's move a little bit to when he goes up like that, and then with the camera orbit around tool in here, we're going to make him face us like that. And now you can see that that is animated just like that. We can smoothen these keyframes by hitting F9 on our keyboard. So let's just hit F9 on our keyboard and they will smoothen like that. Perfect. Let's see what else we can do. Maybe we can kind of close his eyes when he is going down and then open them up in here. So from here I'm going to close his eyes. So you can pick anything from this rig. It's quite self-explanatory how it works. As you can see, you can just drag these around like that and animate just like that. Even the nose you can like move around, very nice, and even the eyes, etc. So in this case I would like to kind of close his eyes from right here. I want to keyframe, so I'm going to keyframe this. So let's select that and see which layer is selected from here, and I would like to keyframe its position in this case. So hit P on your keyboard and hit the stopwatch to keyframe. And any of these you can keyframe to animate your own. So keyframe this as well. And now we want to kind of close them, make them very tight in here. Like that. And then when the head rotates, when he goes up, I want them to open again. So let's pick that up. I'm going to leave it a little bit closed in there so that I can rotate these ones. So if I hit R on my keyboard, I can even select that one, hit R on your keyboard. That way I can add even more emotion in this. And these as well. Hit R on my keyboard like that. And you can even animate this, so if I click on the stopwatch of those at that position, we can start it from 0, all of them. So let's make sure we are in the correct position. Start it from 0. And let's see how this looks. They're going down. And then it goes to that kind of look. So this is how you will create the emotions using this rig. You can even do things like move the ears in here. Let's first smoothen a little bit these keyframes in here. So this is a trick that I like to use. Simply select all the keyframes and hold and click on F1 or F9 on your keyboard. So now if we see it in here, now we can see it all together in here, as you can see. And it gives so much more emotion to your animation, as you can see. Another thing is that you can even rotate the eyes if you would, the ears if you would like, so you can do things like that. So feel free to experiment with this rig. In the end, I'm going to even play a little bit with the pupils direction. So I want them to be first facing this direction, like that. And let's hit P on my keyboard to keyframe, and then I want them to face us, like that. And I'm going to smooth those as well. So lastly, I'm going to animate the mouth. So you have all these mouth poses that you can use with this animation. So to do that, click on that. First of all, we can move this around as well, like with all the other things. And we can even rotate that. So that will give you even extra animations that you can do in here. And of course you can keyframe it. But if we click on the mouth control in here, so with that selected, I'm going to go to the effect controls, and as you can see, we have a specific effect named mouth animation here. We can toggle this on and off. So if we don't want to work on the mouth, we can toggle that off. And from here, we can select different mouth poses. Now for each mouth pose, you have a kind of animation within it. So you can, for instance, for A, E, and I, you have the possibility to go from 0 to 1. And I'm going to show you how that looks in here. So I'm going to start from 0. I'm going to turn on the stopwatch in here. And let's hit U on our keyboard to see that keyframe. And I'm now going to click 1. And as you can see, it animates on. And then if you would like to switch to another pose, for instance, let's use the U, since it's like a frustrated look in here. If we want it in here, we can make sure to add a keyframe of the previous one. So this is 1. Then just move one keyframe in here. Make sure that you only move one keyframe. And then we're going to give it an 11.1. Since this is 11.1. And animate it up to 12. Like that. So let's see how that looks. Of course, you can even start it from, for instance, 11.5 if you would like, so that it would start from a different position. Of course, you can use this even for lip syncing. So if you want, you can simply like give it different poses. So for instance, even a quick kind of lip sync thing that you can do is simply, for instance, give this a value from here. The first value is 12 in here, and if we go back to the value of 0, you can see that it will change mouth poses automatically for you, and it would kind of talk. And you can even match the syllables by, so if you want an A, for instance, you can turn on by inputting a 1 here, turn on A. If you want an O, you can turn on O by inputting a 2. So let's see how this animation looks now in here. So you can see it is kind of getting angry, and then it talks and says something in there. So as you can see, you can add so much character to your animations by these few steps in here using the Head Studio rig in there.